That is the cause of these, which is these, which is these, which is this, which is this. So, chapter 7 is revealing the cause behind everything. So, every cause has thousands of effect, and every effect has thousands of causes. But behind every cause and every effect is what? So, just before we did the Guru Puja, in a discussion, just in a random chit chat, something came up around what I think is chapter 7, which is that in life, if we observe, it could be, forget on some spiritual level, I'm just talking just in general in life, whether it's in relationships, at work, traffic jams, whatever it is. What do we generally focus in on? Is the effect. Ah, I'm stuck in traffic, and then we take off from there. What's going to happen? Why it's not going to happen? I'm frustrated. I don't get it. I should have left early. All that stuff happens. You get into a disagreement with someone. I didn't feel good. It wasn't right. Because you did that, we go getting caught up in the effect, but we don't really look at the cause behind the effect. And I think I've told you this before. Many years ago, we were actually in Baltimore, Virginia area at a devotee's house, Ramola's house. Some of you know probably Ramola, Radhika and Gopika's mother. We were there and we used to do knowledge sheets at that time, knowledge facts, right? You know about that as well. And Gurudev said, let's do knowledge facts. And somehow it became about cause and effect. That never actually got written up. He said, no, too much. And it was left aside and we did some other knowledge. But the end line was he whispered, for every cause, there's thousands of effect. And for every effect, there are thousands of causes. Did you hear what I said? Even when we do look at cause and effect, what do? We look at something that's just immediate, something that is very obvious to one of the senses. We heard something, and so then we say, because of that, this happened. Right? We see something, or there's an accident that we see, and we say, oh, because of this accident, I'm late. Correct? We just something our senses catches. If we look at cause, it's something that's right there, immediately in front of us, that one of our senses catches. But it's not enough. If you look at what Gurudev is saying, you don't have to even go all the way to Guru's knowledge, just a little bit of common sense. If you look, you say, go to the people where the car accident is and you ask them, they will say, well, the car accident wouldn't have happened if not for the guy who ran the red light. Are you with me? He would say, no, you are stuck in traffic not because of the car accident, but because that guy over there ran a red light and that created this and this. That's why you're stuck in traffic. So then you go to the guy who ran the red light and you say, no, that's not why it happened. It keeps going. In fact, historians continuously, in my opinion, I know nothing about historians, so don't take my word for it. But if I were to be a historian or to comment on one, and I seem to comment on a lot of things without knowing or not knowing, but historians, you notice, would be looking at the cause of cause of cause of cause, right? You cannot say this is happening in today's world just because of that. Because if you look at that, you would go further, and you look at that, you would go a little further. And most people do not have that far enough sightedness to be able to see. And remember, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna starts with Manu. You know, when Surya Dev was there, this is who I am. Like he goes as far back as the bleep of creation. That is the cause of these, which is these, which is these, which is this, which is this. So, chapter 7 is revealing the cause behind everything. If we would take one thing that makes us unhappy and we would look at the cause, this is a very practical way to get over what's bothering us, to get unstuck from guilt and to get unstuck from blame and to get unstuck from narrowed down, limited mind and situation of life. You want to have the widest, broadest perspective? Look behind the cause. And then when you get to that, look behind the cause. And when you, okay, but then, at some point the mind gets very expanded. It will blow itself out. You know, when we had just, as I said, discussed that just before starting the Guru Puja, and then I said, take a deep breath. So immediately, because we had just brought that up, as I said, take a breath in. So my mind had this awareness, oh, the muscles do something to take a breath in. What made the get the breath to go in? Okay, maybe it's a brain function that triggers the muscles to do whatever they do. But you need some power behind that trigger. I don't know if I'm explaining it. Are you kind of hearing what I'm saying? It was just those three breaths, my mind went there. And then when I was holding on the third one, oh, what's making me hold the breath? How is the held? It went from me to how is the breath held? Oh, it's held because I'm holding the muscle. Like I'm holding my muscles now, even as I'm talking to you. There has to be some other thing that makes the system operate the way it does so that the muscle can be held. If you go far enough, something gets expanded. You no longer can point fingers, not at you, not at someone, not at something, but also we get behind the creation, to the creator. Are you hearing me? That's chapter 7, basically. That's what I'm saying. And without going into the specifics of the verses, there were verses where Lord Krishna says, I am everything. And then he goes on for some verses to give examples like the light in the moon and the heat in the sun and all that, all the different places where Lord Krishna says, this is me, this is me, this is me. If he were just to go through everything, the Gita would be endless because there's no end. Everything is me. You know, sometimes this happens. Maybe I've told you this also occasionally on the last day of the course. A devotee gets very excited. I want to tell you a poem, Gurudev. And he sees that person's hand up and the poem. He keeps saying, Guruji, I have a poem to share. Huh? When you get that certain high, it's like, okay, go ahead. You understand? So then they start to say, Guruji, you are in everything. You are in, and then they start in the flower pot, in the water, in the flower pot is my Guru. My Guru is in the room. My Guru is in Rajshree. My Guru is in Nandan. My Guru is in Debra. And they just keep going. The Guru is in the pillows, then the Guru is in the yoga mat, and they just keep going. Me, I'm howling. I just lose it at that end. And then Guru also looks over. You'll see sometimes he takes a flower and puts it in front of him because they just keep going. And my Guru's in the light, and the Guru's in. It's very true. But that poem cannot end. That's the point I'm making. Correct? It just can't end. And then you say, haha, okay. And then they continue. So, this is chapter 7, okay? I tell you this story so that when you're moving about tomorrow and the next day, it should get a little smile on your face. My guru is in the traffic. My guru is. And the halkapan, lightness, very, very essential. So every cause has thousands of effect, and every effect has thousands of causes. But behind every cause and every effect is what? Is what? The Lord, right? That's the end goal, okay? Behind all causes, all effect, that's when you get to all praise and all blame goes to God. It's not a random theoretical statement, but if you're very scientific and you go through all the thing that happens and you start digging, they did that, so then that happened, then that happened, then, oh my God, God, you in the end did it. Then you'll come to that. So it helps, okay? If we stopped here, we would be okay with chapter 7. Wouldn't need to go any further, but let's just go through it because we did agree that we would read verse by verse, correct? That was our initial journey. So, Mala, you said we had done 14, yes?
Chanting, we did chanted till 12, Didi, but you went through till 14, but yeah.
Let's chant from 11.
Okay, got it. बलं बलवतां चाहं कामरागविवर्जितं धर्माविरुद्धो भूतेषु कामोऽस्मि भरतर्षभ ये चैव सात्विका भावा राजसास्तामसाश्च ये मत्त एवेति तान् विद्धि न त्वहं तेषु ते मही त्रिभिर्गुणमयैर्भावैर्येभिः सर्वमिदं जगत् मोहितं नाभिजानाति मामेभ्यः परमव्ययम् एषा गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया मामेव ये प्रपद्यन्ते मायामेतां तरन्ति ते न मां दुष्कृतिनो मूढा प्रपद्यन्ते नराधमाः माययापहृतज्ञाना आसुरं भावमाश्रिताः.
I'll just read from 11 till we get to where we left off. Arjuna, of the mighty, I am the might, free from passion and desire. In beings, I am the sexual desire, not conflicting with virtue or scriptural injunctions. Whatever other entities there are, born of sattva, the quality of goodness, and those that are born of rajas, the principle of activity, and tamas, the principle of inertia, know them all as evolved from me alone. In reality, however, neither do I exist in them, nor do they in me. This last portion we've discussed in many different ways, right? We sometimes use the example of the dream, the dreamer, and the dreamt, correct? So you're clear, this piece is very, very important. Everything is in me. I am in everything. But, what is this last sentence? Know them all as evolved from me alone, but in reality, however, neither do I exist in them, nor do they in me. The reflection in the mirror, does it exist in the mirror? Yes or no? I mean, yes, but not in reality. Correct? That's what this verse is saying. When you have a mirror, everything that's in front of it, everything is reflected. It appears as if what is reflected is in the mirror, but in fact, it is not. What is reflected does not touch the mirror at all, but without the mirror, what is reflected cannot exist. Correct? Without the mirror, what is reflected cannot be there. You need the mirror. But what is reflected is in fact not in the mirror. It does not really have an existence in the mirror. It's just a projection. Yeah. I know we talk about this 1,000 times, that every time I hear it or read it, my mind goes like, oh my God, like how do we forget this? You know, how do we not move with it in life? Because it's so easy to stop seeing the reflection and the mirror relationship the way we're discussing it. It's very easy to forget, isn't it? The whole of this creation is deluded by these objects evolved from the three modes of Prakriti, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. That is why the world fails to recognize me, standing apart from these, the imperishable. You see the mirror and the reflected example again, correct? Are you processing like that? Are you registering it like that? Yes or no? Yes? You're not, right? Are you? Because I see the look on your face. Look, the whole of creation is deluded by these objects evolved from the three modes of Prakriti, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Everything that exists, let's just stick to the mirror example. What is reflected in the mirror, we forget that it's a reflection only. In this case, based on the three gunas. Okay, that's what Lord Krishna is talking about. Based on sattva, certain things happen. Based on the three gunas, our prakriti, our nature, we behave, we act. You know, things happen a certain way. Perhaps if the mirror is so big, we would just somehow forget, because of the border of the mirror, it's a lot easier to see boundaries around what is reflected. Are you with me? That if the boundaries were gone and you were walking around, you would not know. It's just like a glass that doesn't have that little bird on it and you bang into it because it seems real to you, but it's glass. In the same way, in the mirror, you forget it's a mirror, so you sometimes go to grab for it because there's no way for you to recognize that it's not real. Real as in it's a reflection. We forget that. This is what Lord Krishna is saying. That is why the world fails to recognize me, standing apart from these, the imperishable. See, one example or one metaphor cannot apply to all of the knowledge. For right now, I just want you to hear it for this one thing. What is reflected in the mirror does not touch the mirror, does not taint the mirror. But the mirror is required. The dependency is on the mirror for what is reflected to exist. Is this clear? This is what we really need to see. Go back now from the mirror to us. I am the dreamer. I have a dream. The dream is the reflection of the mirror, the dreamer. Are you with me? The dream that I'm having is a reflection of the mirror, metaphorically speaking, and the dreamer is the mirror. Is that real, that which is reflected? No, reality is something else. It's a reflection. It is not real, but there is a direct dependency for the dream to exist upon whom? Me, the dreamer, the mirror. Yes? I am the cause, the dreamer is the cause for the dream. I'm also the cause for every object, everything that exists in the dream. The flying elephants and all of us and anything I dream. And I can dream as wild as I want. Can I not? Every movie that you see, horror movie, comedy, romance, drama, intrigue, thrillers, those intelligent movies, the Avengers, everything is someone's dream reflected and expressed. Yes? There's a direct dependency. It cannot exist. All those characters, each tree, each scenery, each piece of music, each piece of emotion. I want you to hear the detail at which behind everything is God. The emotion that comes, the color, the lighting, everything has a dependency on the dreamer. Yes? It cannot exist without me. Yet, does any of it touch me? Yes or no? I know that this is going to pause some of you, but does it touch me? Because when I wake up, it's gone. Correct? If you move the mirror to another place, what was reflected is gone. The mirror has nothing about it. Should have, would have, could have. Nothing. But it's so real. The dream is so real. Everything, the blink of an eye, the color, the smell. We smell in the dream, do we not? You taste in a dream, do you not? Are you actually eating? When I say actually, this physiological phenomenon that we call reality, are you eating? Is that you eating? No. Are you smelling? No. Are you tasting? Are you touching? But you can feel touch in your dream, can you not? Everybody nod one way or the other. I want you to register it, you see? But there's a dependency. Me, my mind, let's use the word consciousness, let's use the word intelligence, let's use the word illuminator, my light. We could use the word light, right? As the dreamer. My light, my intelligence, my consciousness is reflected on the objects that are in my head, and therefore they feel animated. They seem alive, independent, autonomous, free, vibrant. Yes or no? It's the creator, me, in this case, the dreamer, has all these ideas. And my light, my intelligence is through the dream, everything that's created. So it appears animated because I am animated, because I am intelligence, because I have the light in me. Ding, ding, are you hearing me? So it appears that way. But in fact, it is inert. In fact, it is inert. It by itself has no life. It by itself has zero value. Yes? I, I know we've said this many times, but I get excited about this. Like, oh my God, like as if I didn't hear it before. I get like 5 degrees warmer. My spine starts to go, wow, okay, yeah. You know, I get really like something. I don't know if I were around and we're talking, then I want to get a little like, let's eat something. Let's talk about it. Something happens, like maybe what people feel like when they go to a pub or something. I don't know. Oh, woohoo, music, yay, something. All that juice starts to move. And what do you want? I don't know. And then, can you imagine? Yeah, what are we doing? Who are we? Shh. Do you see? This is the revelation. The God is revealing himself. Well, we should not think he's revealing himself here in this little book, on a piece of paper. Oh, he's revealing himself. Oh my God, wait a minute. And then if you go a little further from the dream, we went from the mirror to our dream. You go a little further. Hypothetically, just maybe, I don't know, I'm just saying, just maybe, because I did hear about this dude called Ashtavakra and Janak. I heard about them. The dude fell asleep in his ministry, in his kingdom, whatever, courtroom. And while he was sleeping in his court, he had this dream. And he was hungry and starving. And when he, quote, woke up, he had the stomach growling and the pit of his belly, and he was confused, which was what is real. What if this is the dream? Hasn't this happened to you? Haven't you woke up sometime in the night or in the morning or when you went to a new place and there was a certain kind of inner disorientation? We say, I was disoriented. What a stupid thing to say. But there was some mental disorientation, all that fixed conditioning of this is so, I turn right to go to my bathroom, I turn left to go down the stairs. It's not there. You're not locked into any of the sensory experience. And then you don't know. Are you asleep? Are you dreaming? I tell you something, I have many dreams, so called. Till this day, I don't know. Is it a dream or not? Did I dream that or did that happen? I don't know. I validate it because someone says, no, I was there. But in my dream, I have Nandan validating I was there also. You get what? Are you hearing what I'm saying? And we buy all this stuff. But your own experience, I'm just reminding you to think about your experience, to reflect upon your experience. Raise your hand. How many times do you still not know if something was dreamt or it happened? Even if it's one incident. I have many. Look at the room. Look at your screen. In case you're not and you're just looking at my pretty face, I'm looking at all your pretty faces. All hands are up. Only Galina's I don't see. Because she's meditating. Are you with me? Listen, you cannot push that away in the corner somewhere. You have to say, what was that? What was that? And if you keep looking, another thing like that happens. You get another dream and you will not know, did I dream that? Did I not dream? Did that happen? Did I know? Didn't we talk? I'm sure. And then, okay, Matrix calls it deja vu or some such thing. No, the cat passed by. What happened? The cat, oh, that's deja vu. Okay. This is something to ponder. What if we are just characters, reflection in a mirror that we don't see? It doesn't have a border, or dreamed objects. We just can't see the dreamer. Are you getting? You have to prove. This is what he means. I am the cause of everything. Oh, okay. At least if nothing else in life, we kind of get a certain kind of freedom to be. Instead, I can't, oh my God, just live, let's laugh, let's enjoy, let's eat, let's go. And when God needs to show up, he'll show up. In the meantime, keep doing your effort because that's also God. Lighten up, then things move in life. Because if you remember, I think it was chapter 4, all actions are inherent. Run by gunas, you do nothing. Why you do nothing? Because you don't exist. You're just a reflection, a phantom, a dreamt object. Poof, smoke. There's no greater, higher thought than this. Just if you look even philosophically, like what a profound, who came up with this stuff? No, there's no greater, higher, just philosophical thought, idea to ponder upon and to dwell into, instead of who created, why did you, and amazing. It's amazing. Vishnu, are you interested? Because this is only about Vishnu. Don't
Yeah,
look
I
away.
mean, many of the panic attacks
Uh-huh.
happens in the dream.
Oh, you mean people have panic attacks in dreams?
Yeah, I mean,
In
it,
you, like our reality having dreams, they have panic attacks in that dreams. Yeah.
right.
I didn't know that, but that's interesting. But it's true because then suddenly people wake up and then the next day they have a thesis about how they had a bad dream. So you're probably right because I had an amazing dream that lasts for 2 minutes, but I had a terrible dream that goes on for 3 days. Go to the therapist. What are we going to? I want to talk about my dream. It was so bad. If I were the therapist, okay, we can talk about it. You're going to pay me $250, but it was a dream. So, but let's do it anyway. You see, I'm just saying there's a way, even if we don't want to know God, if we expand something in our awareness, which is reality, I'm not making this up. Something lightens up and we live a little easier. We get on a little easier and we feel connected to people and things around, don't you? Like you just feel like, okay, come on, let's hug a little. Don't tell anybody because we might get judged, but let's, like that, isn't it? Something happens to that. I've come very far. Okay, let me continue. So that's clear, no? That's a very beautiful verse. For this most wonderful Maya, look, and he's saying wonderful. He's enjoying it. He's having a good dream. The dreamer of this entire cosmos, he's saying, dude, I had such a great dream. And he says it for a bleep of a moment and starts to create another dream. You're not stuck on anything. Everything, all objects, everything. This wonderful Maya veil of mine. My veil, my dream, my Maya. It's so amazing. Consisting of the three gunas is extremely difficult to break through. Why? For one thing, it's so huge, and there's a collective agreement on things. Just like in a dream. If you notice, even in a dream, our characters start to agree to things. For a little while, they disagree, but everybody views everything the same way. The beliefs, the assumptions, it's carried into the dream, no? It's like the same things there. Oh, is extremely difficult to break through. Those, however, who constantly adore me alone are able to cross it. Adore me, ponder upon me, think about me, see me, realize me, recognize me. Me means something behind what you see, touch, and feel also. Water, water, water. It's liquid. Ah, okay. And it's made of oxygen. Ah, okay. And hydrogen. Ah, okay. But it needed some electricity. Ah, okay. There's something more than just the immediate name and form, label and a form. Just that. But how many of us, if not now, go back before Gurudev, before you sort of started to look inward, we see something, we label it. Oh, cell phone. Oh, is that a walkie-talkie? No, it's a cell phone. Walkie-talkie. No, cell phone. Walkie-talkie. Well, I walk and talk, so why can't it be a walkie-talkie? Eh, well, no, because that used to be. A walkie-talkie it had something. It's funny, this example is just popping up, but it's perfect. It's a walkie-talkie. Oh, new invention, cell phone. I like the word walkie-talkie. From now on, we all call it walkie-talkie. I'm getting a new walkie-talkie by the end of the year, by the way. Walkie-talkie number 18 or 17, whatever it is. I have to impress the Nandan, go and show up at his house saying, oh, I got the new one because this is too old. I can't walk in there with this. Yes or no? Then we all get stuck on, no, that's a cell phone. And then I get 4 people to say, hold on, let me ask Alex, let me ask Viva. She's in the tech world. She knows about all this. She actually works for the walkie-talkie company. You know, she works for Apple. Amit, what is this? Cell phone. No. No, but Amit works for Apple, so he knows this is not a walkie-talkie. It's an Apple. This is where we're stuck. Top of the line of the ocean, waves, you know. Big wave, small wave, little wave, rolling wave, high wave, tsunami. We get very, very big. We say, oh, surfing wave, oh, rolling wave. Nobody's looking at the ocean, not even a little bit. Forget the life in the ocean. Occasionally, a whale or a dolphin jumps up. Then we say, oh, did you see? Did you see? Where? No, I didn't see anything. Are you sure? Oh my God. You say you didn't see, but you're already putting a doubt in my head. Do we do that? We're so crazy. I don't think it was a dolphin. I don't think you saw right. You didn't even see a thing. Not a thing. All right. I just said, did you see it was a dolphin? No, where? Over there, where that other wave was. Like, look again. No, are you sure? No, it wasn't, because you don't dare go home and say, I didn't see a whale or a dolphin. Only she did. No, I don't think I think it was a seal. This is like, why are you so crazy like that? Seal. I've seen thousands of seals. Oh, but it was not a seal. Okay. This kind of stuff. Looking behind the scene. That is what this is saying. No. Who constantly adore me are able to cross it. It doesn't take much. Oh, it's a reflection. Oh, it was just a dream. Oh, there's more to me than the body and my thoughts and my emotions. And, sometimes I feel very separate, but then sometimes even I don't know the person, I'm totally connected and I feel them before they see me, call me, text me. And then when I talk to them, they say, I was also, oh yeah, Hari, I also had thought about you. What were you doing? Oh, me too. Oh my God, we're connected. Ooh, revelation. We're like so bananas, isn't it? Yes or no? Like as if that's something that happens once in a, tiny amount. So beautiful. Those whose wisdom has been carried away by Maya, who are of demonic nature, such foolish and vile men of evil deeds do not adore me. What does it mean, carried away by Maya? Meaning we are lost in name and form. If I see it, I believe it. If I touch it, I believe it. If I smell it, I believe it. If I say so, if I think it, it's true. Forget see, touch, and feel. I don't think it. I didn't have the experience of it, so I don't believe it. We don't even give room to listen to someone else who has had a different experience or an idea or a belief or an understanding. We negate it. You know people like that. True or false? Yes or no? We know people like that. They don't know. I don't see it. I don't get. Okay, but maybe you just didn't have the experience. No, that's not. It's not like that. I don't know about these evil deeds, and because evil means what? Like evil. We have our own concepts of it. I don't know if that translates completely. It doesn't really matter, but get the gist. Those whose wisdom has been carried away by Maya, that's not really wisdom anymore. We call them rigid, fixed, stubborn, difficult, controlling. These are the words that come when your wisdom, your intellect is carried into matter, label and form. And when you get stuck there, nobody wants to deal with you. You give everybody a massive headache. That's why they say, oh, this crazy evil person, evil, quote. You can't talk to the dude. You can't talk to her. She doesn't even listen. Oh, she thinks she knows it all. Oh, so controlling. Oh, so. This is what they mean. It's not so philosophical. We know hundreds of people like that. Can you just listen to me? I don't want to hear it. Okay. There's no place. The mind is stuck in name and form, in the Maya, in the illusion. This would be like somebody who had a bad dream and now just keeps talking about the dream day in and day out. They had a lot of money in their dream. They won a lotto and they got so much money. And while they were spending it and this and that, and at the end of the dream, they came and took the money away. And now he has all this debt for having bought everything. Or he lost it. Now he's crying. Every day he's crying. I had so much money and now I bought this $1 billion house and now I even bought my new walkie-talkie and I owe money for it. Everything's relative, okay? Everything's relative, remember? I owe money for it. Oh my God, what am I gonna do? And then the person like, could you stop it? It was a dream. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You don't know. You don't know. It was so real for me. He told me this, she told me that, and it was so painful. You just don't know. It was so real. What real? What? 10 days from now, the intensity of it will reduce. You will no longer say it was so real. You will say, it was kind of hard then, but now it's okay. We have to laugh at our own selves by really looking a little bit. This is what I mean, peer into the the cause, not just the effect. It's our own stupid mind. This is one of the biggest causes. In the end, if nothing else, you'll go from the traffic to the red light to the other thing to the other thing, and then you say, oh, it was just me. I should have just left earlier. I was so cocky, I'm going to catch it. I know. I've been there a lot of times. I drive at 3 o'clock. I never get traffic. No, but my wife was telling me, you better leave. I'm telling you, it's unpredictable these days. Look, it's a little rainy. Oh, come on, relax. Okay. Cause. I don't know. Are you guys like, forget all this stuff. Okay. That was 15. 16, Mala. Let's do 3 more.
चतुर्विधा भजन्ते माम् जना सुकृतिनोऽर्जुन आर्तो जिज्ञासुरर्थार्थी ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ तेषां ज्ञानी नित्ययुक्त एकभक्तिर्विशिष्यते प्रियो हि ज्ञानिनोत्यर्थम् अहं स च मम प्रियः उदारा सर्व एवैते ज्ञानी त्वात्मैव मे मतम् आस्थितः स हि युक्तात्मा मामेवान् उत्तमां गतिम्.
4 types of devotees of noble deeds worship me. 4 types. And he's already called them Arjun. Okay, so don't get into good or noble, I mean. So don't get into good or bad. 4 types of devotees of noble deeds worship me. Arjuna, the seeker after worldly possessions, 1. The afflicted, 2. The seeker for knowledge, 3. And the man of wisdom, O best of Bharatas. Right? So when do we call God? When do we think of the cause behind the cause behind the cause? 4 reasons. One is what?
Worldly possessions.
You want something. Oh my God, I have an exam and I really need to ace it. I'm starting my own business. I really want to be successful and I'm selling this idea to this vendor and Guruji's coming to my town and I really want to have 500 people on the course. It's still a numbers game. It's not, you're not praying for, it's not the third one, the wisdom one. Let this knowledge serve your creation. That's not it. Because if that is it, then maybe even 2 would be enough, or 2,000 would be enough. But are you with me? Did you register that? Okay, all my little devotees, Savites, warriors, you know, correct? We want something. I think this is that, what was that book, The Secret? Remember? Do this thing, and if you want, you can be successful. We pray to the divine, to something higher than us. Let's say that, right? Because we want something, and he calls them noble. At least you're looking to something outside of I am going to do something. One is we recognize our helplessness. 2 is a remembrance that there's something more than me doing anything. The doership reduces in that moment also. Does it not? This sense of, I'm helpless, I can't do anything. Know the example of Draupadi, right? The second one is afflicted. You're sick. There's misery, there's problems, there's challenges. No? Family member, finance, whatever, afflicted. We are dealing with crisis in life. Then also we think of higher, divine, something bigger. And the third one, seeker of knowledge. I want to know more. Oh, what is that? Why is that? We just how did God, what created this? That sort of curiosity. And the fourth one is the man of wisdom. What is the man of wisdom? There's only you. There's this recognition that this cannot be about me. So there's this sense of surrender. There's this sense of connection to something higher without wanting. Like when Gurudev sits there and does Devi Puja, and we have Rudram and we have all of those things, what is there? The sense of wholeness is there. Yet there is prayerfulness for all of creation. Not because he sees himself as lesser or separate or anything. Are you getting that fourth bit? Is a yogi in a sense, someone who is remembering God just for the sake of remembering God. Like you might remember your mom just for the sake of mom. From space of gratitude, space of awareness. What is gratitude? Not I am thankful for this. That's a thank you. What is gratitude? Oh, I didn't know I had this. Do you see? That is that fourth person. Wow, I didn't know I had this. Like if I say, oh my God, I'm just so grateful. You're recognizing, I just didn't know that I had all this love from you. I hadn't recognized it. I've always had it. This is gratitude. Correct? So these four are the four types of people who worship me. And of these, the best is the man of wisdom, ever established in identity with me, and possessed of exclusive devotion. For I am extremely dear to the wise man who knows me in reality, and he is extremely dear to me. It's a sense of oneness. It's a sense of, there's nothing to say about that. It's the beloved and the beloved. There's nothing more to be said. No? Of these, the best is the man of wisdom, the one who is full of the awareness that it's all you, it's all you, it's all you. And whatever that you is saying, oh, it's you, I'm the same, you are me, I am you. Oh, wow. Oh, full of that wondrous sense of recognition that it's only God. Hey, Prabhu, there is just you. Just that sense. The best is the man of wisdom, ever established in identity with me and possessed of exclusive devotion. I don't know if you've ever heard this. Gurudev used to say, so if anybody would get slightly distracted, boy, girl, whatever, the music. What are you doing now? I'm learning to do whatever. How much of your heart goes into say, I am very jealous. I just want the whole seat. I don't like to share the seat. He would say this. It can be misunderstood, but understand what is meant. It's in this context, right? This context that you see behind everything is a higher power, higher force behind me, the impulses in me, the blessedness of being able to love and to recognize the love and to give love, the receptivity and the receiving of the love. Oh, it's all just you. It's a force that allows me to breathe in at the thought of breathing. Did you hear me? That is what is meant by I don't want to have two sitting there. I am very jealous. No? Beautiful. Indeed, all these are noble, but the man of wisdom is my very self. Such is my view. This is Lord Krishna is saying, the way I see it, people, is who I love the most is the one who loves me the most. Well, obviously it's true, no? It's like a natural phenomenon. And love not in that emotional sense, the recognition, oh, you hold me up. Oh, I'm so full of gratitude. That's why we say gratitude brings grace. The recognition, I had no idea I had this. I had no idea that I'm moving in this power. I had no idea I am the prince and you are the king and I have all that you have. I see I have it. See? That's what this is saying. For such a devotee who has his mind and intellect merged in me is firmly established in me alone as the highest goal. 7:10. Okay, we'll stop here for now. Yeah? Thoughts, comments, anything? What happened?
I
Let
can
me.
share, Didi.
Yes, please go ahead. Until then, I'll
So
read
for me, some situation at work has been happening, and my mind was churning. I have to fix something. How will I do it? How will I manage? And the moment you started talk today about cause and effect, thousand effects and thousand causes, it just expanded. Like there is nothing to fix, there is nothing to do, there is nothing I caused or somebody caused. So anyway, it was just very very freeing and feeling of lightness. And then a chain of thought came, not just for that incident, many other incidents, and a lot of freedom was there.
I just think that if the mind relaxes, right, which is what you're describing, Viba, the mind somehow, instead of, when you wind, it gets tighter, 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 tighter. And what you're saying is what happened is it kind of stopped winding itself up. When we do that, then it doesn't mean you don't solve for whatever it is that you're talking about at the office, but you get a wider look at it. It's the historian's perspective, looking at what happened in this year based on what factors were going on around the world versus just under my nose in my neighborhood called Westwood, Santa Monica, Century City, San Jose. You see what I'm saying to you? So the beauty of Bhagavad Gita is wherever our consciousness is, it can help us to elevate. And that's actually what Lord Krishna does repeatedly. If we came to worship the Lord because, we want something in the world, we'll move from that to something else. Didn't all of us, we started with, oh, I was stressed out. Oh, my wife pushed me into it. Whatever the reason, and wife pushed me into it because I was going through, health challenges, or, because I was just not getting along with my wife, and she didn't want to fix herself. She just wanted to fix me because I was really the root of the whole problem. You know, I am the cause behind all causes. That whole thing that goes on in people's relationships. Then eventually we moved from there, and maybe we went on for knowledge. We became the third person. Oh, really? I never thought of it that way. That's amazing. Oh, and then from there it has started to move towards the fourth noble uh, seeker. Yes or no? Why we are discussing these? We are discussing this because somewhere along the way we are on that journey to that fourth most beloved of seekers of the Lord, right? Isn't it? It's there. So that is the beauty of the gift of Lord Krishna and this very live scripture. Only that which is alive can be so relevant after so many thousands of years, but so relevant in these minutiae of life as much as the big picture of life. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
Let me just see, there were a couple of comments and then I'll let you go. If you need to go, please go ahead. Thank you. The Guru Puja chanting was a lesson in surrender and compassion for me. I appreciate you so much. If we are the dream and the pure guna, and what is it? And the pure guna rule, where does free will come into it? Look, is this a big topic, no? This free will and destiny. But I almost want to say we don't have it. Until you're free, there's no free will. And maybe that would answer the question very simply, you know. Free will means you have to be free to will. Free to will means what? Free to manage, move. Are you with me? So free will is a direct dependency on being free. We can't be free for little things. We don't laugh fully. We don't cry fully. We don't, oh, this should be, what I told you, the Brillo pad that gets knotted up with all this belief. And then, you know, you have like what Vibha described, finally the mind relaxes. When that happens, in that state of relaxation, what happens? Something erupts by itself. And then we say, I knew it. What you knew? The knowingness came up on its own. Newness, knowingness, right? It pops up. And then we act upon it and we say, thank you, God. You know, it's so, I don't know, so beautiful. Something, because we could be talking about, I don't know, what's the best pizza in town? Great movie did you see? You know, how are the in-laws? Ooh, that's a conversation. Oh, how was that? And the things that are amazing end with two words. How is Navratri? Amazing. Finished. Do you see? They don't go on with a lot. They're like, but oh, how was the family wedding? Oh my God. Ugh. We could talk about that, but somehow you don't walk away wanting to hug and kiss. You know? You don't feel that kind of exuberance and like I don't know what happens to you. I hang up and then sometimes like this, I walk with a little like, as if there's like 100 people in front of me, like, what do you think? Oh, that's amazing. There's that liveliness in the system. If there was somebody, like, I know it's late, but should we go and like, I don't know, go put our feet in the ocean and I don't know, like kiss the ocean. It's not anything concrete, but there's something that feels like that. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Lots of love. Jai Gurudev. God bless. Rest well. Be happy. Don't get stuck on anything. Okay. Look for the cause behind the cause behind the cause. And then you'll feel fine. Like Jai Gurudev.
you.